FBI listening tricks that build trust fast in relationships. Most people think relationships fall apart because of obvious reasons: cheating, distance, arguments, misunderstandings. But psychology shows something far more uncomfortable. Relationships don't collapse in dramatic moments. They collapse in ordinary conversations. The small ones, the daily ones, the ones where someone starts speaking and slowly realizes the other person isn't really listening anymore. Not with their ears, but with their attention. And once that feeling appears, something changes silently in the relationship. People don't argue first. They withdraw first. They stop explaining. They stop opening up. They stop trying. And that's where most relationships actually begin to end. Now here's the truth almost nobody learns early enough. You don't fix emotional distance with better arguments. You fix it with better listening. Because in FBI behavioral training and negotiation psychology, there's a core principle that changes everything. People don't open up because you are right. They open up because they feel safe. And safety is not created by words. It is created by how you listen when emotions are high. In this video, you're going to learn advanced FBI-inspired listening patterns that rewire how people respond to you in relationships. These are not basic communication tips. These are psychological triggers that shift tension into trust and distance into emotional connection. And if you stay until the end, you'll understand why the most powerful listening skill is not what you say at all, but what you refuse to do in emotional moments. Before we begin, if you're interested in psychology, relationships, confidence, stoicism, and human behavior, make sure you watch my videos, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and comment below. It is completely free, and it helps this channel grow and bring you more powerful content. Now let's go deeper than surface communication. The first psychological shift: stop listening to reply. Most people believe they are good listeners, but in reality, they are just waiting to respond, waiting to defend, waiting to fix, waiting to be right. And while they are waiting, they are not listening. FBI negotiators are trained to remove this instinct completely. Because the moment you start preparing your response, you stop hearing emotion. You only hear words. And relationships are not built on words. They are built on emotional meaning. So the first shift is simple but powerful. Listen like you will not respond immediately. Not forever. Just longer than your instinct wants. That extra space changes everything. Because now the other person feels something rare. They feel uninterrupted. They feel safe. And they feel important. The second principle: emotional silence that builds pressure without conflict. Silence makes most people uncomfortable. In arguments, silence feels like tension. But in psychology, silence is not empty. It is active. It creates space for emotion to rise. When your partner expresses frustration or pain, most people rush in with explanations. But explanations often feel like rejection of emotion. Instead, use silence intentionally. Let the moment sit for a few seconds. Do not rush to repair it. Do not rush to defend. Just allow the emotional wave to exist fully. Because something interesting happens in that silence. The other person often continues speaking, not because you asked, but because they are processing themselves out loud. That is where truth comes out, not in pressure, but in space. The third principle, reflection that replaces defensiveness. One of the biggest relationship killers is the word no. No, that's not true. No, I didn't mean that. No, you're wrong. Even when you are right, no shuts down emotional flow instantly. FBI-style communication replaces no with reflection. If someone says, "You don't care about me," your instinct is to defend. But defensiveness creates distance. Instead, reflect emotion. It sounds like you've been feeling really alone in this. Notice what changes. You didn't agree, you didn't argue, but you acknowledged emotional reality. And in psychology, emotional acknowledgement reduces resistance faster than logic ever can. The fourth principle, curiosity that disarms conflict. Most relationship arguments are not actually about the topic. They are about interpretation. But people ask the wrong questions. Why did you do that? Feels like judgment. Why are you like this? Feels like attack. FBI communicators avoid this entirely. They use curiosity that invites explanation instead of defense. What was going on for you in that moment? Help me understand what led you there. These questions do something subtle but powerful. They move the brain from survival mode into storytelling mode. And when people start telling their story instead of defending themselves, conflict begins to dissolve. The fifth principle, emotional labeling that calms the nervous system. This is one of the most powerful tools in negotiation psychology, labeling emotion. Not fixing it, not judging it, just naming it. That sounds frustrating. That feels overwhelming. That seems like it really hurt. When you label emotion correctly, something happens inside the brain. The intensity reduces because the brain feels understood. You are not solving the problem. You are regulating the emotion. And regulated emotions do not escalate. They settle. The sixth principle, ego control in emotional moments. In relationships, ego always tries to win. Win the argument, win the point, win the moment. But every time ego wins, connection loses something small. FBI negotiators are trained to do the opposite. They don't aim to win emotional conversations. They aim to understand what is underneath the emotion. Because the real question is never who is right. It is always, what is this person actually feeling right now? When you shift from winning to understanding, arguments stop becoming battles and start becoming conversations again. The seventh principle, full psychological presence. Most people underestimate how rare attention has become. Phones, distractions, half-listening, multitasking. But in relationships, attention is interpreted as emotional value. When you give full presence, You are not just listening, you are communicating importance. No interruptions, no distractions, no divided attention, just presence. And presence is what makes people feel emotionally seen. The eighth principle: memory-based listening that builds long-term trust. Listening is not just about the moment, it is about retention. Most people forget details immediately after conversations end, but emotionally intelligent listeners store them. What stresses their partner, what excites them, what they fear, what they hope for. And later, they bring it back naturally. How did that meeting go? You mentioned you were worried about this. How did it turn out? This creates something powerful in the brain of the other person. They feel remembered, not just heard. And being remembered builds deeper trust than being impressed. The ninth principle: emotional safety as the foundation of love. Every relationship eventually comes down to one question. Do I feel safe being myself with this person? Not physically, emotionally. Safe to speak, safe to disagree, safe to be honest, safe to be vulnerable. When emotional safety is high, communication flows naturally. When it is low, people hide. And when people start hiding, connection fades. FBI negotiation psychology is built on one goal: create a space where people feel safe enough to reveal truth. That same principle applies directly to relationships. Because emotional safety is not created in big moments, it is built in small reactions. Every nod, every pause, every response, every moment of patience. The 10th principle: the power of not reacting emotionally. This is where everything changes. Most people mirror emotion. If someone is angry, they become defensive. If someone is stressed, they become stressed. If someone is emotional, they escalate with them. But advanced communicators do something different. They stay steady, not cold, not detached. Steady. Because emotional stability becomes emotional grounding for the other person. When one person stays calm, the emotional system of the conversation begins to regulate itself. Final integration: what actually builds trust. If you look at all these techniques together, they all point to one truth. Trust is not built by talking more. It is built by creating emotional safety in moments of tension. And emotional safety is created through listening behaviors that signal, I am here. I am not judging you. I am not rushing you. I am trying to understand you. That is what changes relationships at the deepest level. Not perfect words, not perfect arguments, but consistent emotional understanding. Most relationships don't need new people. They need new communication patterns. And the moment you change how you listen, you change how people treat you. They open up more, they argue less, and they connect deeper. Not because you changed what you say, but because you changed how you make them feel while they are speaking. If you start applying even one of these listening principles today, you will notice a shift almost immediately. Conversations will soften, emotions will calm faster, and connection will feel more natural again. If you found value in this video, make sure you watch more videos on this channel. Subscribe, like, share, and comment which listening technique you will use first. It is completely free, and it helps the channel grow more than you think. You can also support the channel by checking out my recommended products on Amazon. And remember this: the strongest relationships are not built by people who speak perfectly. They are built by people who know how to make others feel safe while speaking imperfectly. For today, that's all. See you tomorrow.